Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code P0138 indicates a high voltage condition in the secondary heated oxygen sensor, HO2S, specifically sensor 2, in the Honda Civic models from 2006 to 2011. This component monitors the oxygen content in the exhaust gases after they have passed through the catalytic converter. Its location is generally in the exhaust system and usually is mounted on the exhaust pipe or catalytic converter assembly. The sensor's primary role is to provide feedback to the engine control module, ECM, to optimize fuel mixture and reduce emissions. It is critical for vehicle efficiency and performance. A malfunction or high voltage reading can lead to improper engine management, potentially affecting fuel economy and increasing harmful emissions. Proper diagnostics are crucial before performing repairs, so freezing data should be recorded, and the general troubleshooting information needs to be reviewed for a systematic approach. The P0138 code occurs when the secondary heated oxygen sensor, specifically sensor 2, reports a voltage reading that is higher than the expected range, typically above 1.27 volts. This sensor, located in the exhaust system after the catalytic converter, plays a crucial role in measuring the amount of unburned oxygen in the exhaust gases. It sends this information to the engine control module, ECM, which adjusts the fuel-to-air mixture for optimal combustion and lower emissions. If the voltage is too high, it may indicate that the sensor is malfunctioning or there are electrical issues in the circuit. This problem can also arise from wiring issues, such as short circuits to power or faulty grounds, leading to an incorrect voltage reading. Therefore, understanding the sensor's positioning and function is essential for accurate diagnostics. Several possible causes exist for the P0138 error. Firstly, wiring issues in the secondary heated oxygen sensor circuit may lead to short circuits or high voltage conditions. Additionally, a faulty secondary HO2S itself could lead to incorrect voltage signals being sent to the ECM. The engine control module, ECM, which processes the signals from the O2 sensors, could also experience malfunctions, impacting overall performance. Moreover, poor connections or loose terminals at the secondary HO2S or ECM can result in intermittent signals, which would also show as high voltage readings. Identifying the root cause is essential to ensure a long-lasting and effective repair, preventing the issue from recurring. Drivers may notice several symptoms related to the P0138 code. The most immediate symptom is the illumination of the check engine light, alerting the driver to a problem. Performance may be negatively impacted, leading to poor fuel economy as the engine's fuel management system struggles to maintain optimal air-fuel ratios. Increased emissions may also occur due to improper sensor readings, which could fail environmental inspections. Additionally, drivers may experience rough idling, engine hesitation, or poor acceleration due to the incorrect operation of the engine's management system. Identifying any of these symptoms promptly can reduce the likelihood of long-term damage to the engine and exhaust systems. The first step in troubleshooting the P0138 code involves turning the ignition switch to the on position. It is crucial to record any freeze data and onboard snapshots before making any significant changes or repairs. Freeze data displays the conditions under which the fault occurred, which can help in understanding the root cause of the issue. Additionally, it is important to review general troubleshooting information pertinent to the error code. This comprehensive approach ensures all relevant data is considered before pinpointing the problem. Following these preliminary steps lays the groundwork for accurate diagnosis and ultimately successful repairs. Next, use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the DTC from the system after noting the freeze data. Once the code is cleared, start the engine and hold the engine RPM at 3000 without any load on the engine. This means putting the automatic transmission in park or neutral and the manual transmission in neutral. Maintaining a steady RPM simulates driving conditions, allowing the vehicle systems to respond as they would under normal operating conditions. As the engine runs, watch for the radiator fan to activate. This indicates that the engine is reaching operational temperature. This step ensures that the system is reset and is functioning as expected for the next diagnostic procedures. In this troubleshooting step, access the HDS to check the data from the secondary HO2S, specifically sensor 2. The critical aspect here is to verify if the voltage remains at 1.27 volts or higher during the diagnostic check. If yes, proceed to step 5. If not, consider this an intermittent failure. This intermittent situation allows you to conclude that the system is functioning correctly at that moment. Consequently, check for poor connections or loose terminals associated with the secondary HO2S and the engine control module, ECM. Properly assessing these electrical components is crucial for ensuring accurate sensor readings in the future, thereby assisting in thorough diagnostics. For troubleshooting step 4, begin by turning the ignition switch to lock, 0, to ensure safety while working on the vehicle's electronics. Then, disconnect the 4P connector of the secondary HO2S. This connector is critical for the sensor's operation, and proper disconnection allows for clarity during testing. After disconnection, prepare to check the continuity of the circuit, which involves making a direct connection on the wire terminals to ensure that the sensor can communicate effectively with the ECM. This step outlines a method of testing the sensor's electrical integrity, critical for identifying any existing fault in the wiring or sensor itself ahead of further diagnostics. In step 5, with the secondary HO2S 4P connector disconnected, use a jumper wire to connect terminals number 1 and number 2. This action effectively bridges the connection and allows for a continuity test that bypasses the sensor. The wire positions are distinct. Terminal number 1 goes to the signal wire, while terminal number 2 functions as a ground. It is vital to ensure that the jumper wire is secure to avoid any interruptions during testing. This setup prepares the system for voltage checks that follow, which will aid in identifying whether the issue resides within the sensor itself or its wiring. Following these steps correctly minimizes potential damage and maximizes the accuracy of the diagnosis. With the jumper wire in place, turn the ignition switch back to on. Second, next, access the HDS to check the data of the secondary HO2S again. The key focus is on the voltage reading. It must remain at or above 1.27 volts. If this condition is met, move forward to the next troubleshooting step. A stable, high voltage indicates that the circuit is clear and is functioning as designed, suggesting that the issue lies elsewhere. If the voltage reading does not meet this criterion, it suggests a failure somewhere in the system. Analyzing these readings is critical for effective diagnostics and for pinpointing the particular fault in the vehicle's oxygen sensing and control systems. In the final troubleshooting step, turn the ignition switch to lock, 0, again. After safely doing so, remove the jumper wire used earlier from the secondary HO2S sensor 2 4P connector. Next, connect terminal 1 to body ground using another jumper wire. This connection is essential as it allows the ECM to test the signal from the sensor while isolating it from the circuit. Ensuring that this new connection is secure will pave the way for the final check on the voltage data. This step will ultimately validate whether the original sensor is faulty or if the issue lies elsewhere in the vehicle's electrical systems, motivating accurate and effective repairs. After completing the necessary repairs based on diagnostic findings, a final repair verification must be conducted. Start by thoroughly verifying all connections related to the secondary HO2S and the engine control module, ECM. Following confirmation of proper connections, use the HDS to clear any DTCs that may still be present in the system. A test drive is crucial. It replicates operational conditions while offering real-time data feedback from the HO2S. After the test, monitor for any reappearance of the DTC or any new codes. This concluding step ensures that the repairs have resolved the initial issue effectively, while confirming the system's operational integrity. Preventive maintenance is essential to reduce the likelihood of facing DTC P0138 in the future. Regularly check the connections of the secondary HO2S and the related wiring to ensure they are free from corrosion, damage, or loose connections. Monitoring the entire exhaust system for leaks and obstructive conditions helps maintain optimal sensor performance. Additionally, using quality replacement parts when servicing can make a significant difference in the longevity of components. Ensuring proper functioning of the HO2S directly affects emissions, fuel economy, and engine performance. A proactive approach serves to protect both the vehicle's performance and environmental compliance. In summary, understanding the role of the secondary heated oxygen sensor, HO2S, is paramount when diagnosing DTC P0138. It is critical to follow a systematic approach in troubleshooting to uncover the underlying issues, ensuring that any repairs made address the source of the problem effectively. This method not only aids in immediate repairs, but also contributes to understanding the vehicle's functionality and operation. Emphasizing preventive maintenance can enhance vehicle performance and longevity, reducing the likelihood of encountering similar codes in the future. Maintaining the integrity of the vehicle's emission system is crucial for both performance metrics and environmental compliance. Adopting these best practices leads to a more efficient and reliable vehicle overall. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.